Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to be walking through how to utilize team chat and approval flows with Plan to easily work together as a team. So there's a few different things we'll be covering, and that's how to add team members, how to manage your team members, and what they're able to do inside your Plan workspace, as well as how to actually use team chat and approval flows. Let's go ahead and dive in. So what you're going to learn in 30 minutes or less, like I said, we're going to be talking about a few different things, but first we're going to talk about how to add and manage team members in your Plan workspace. So as you know, with Plan Plus subscriptions, you might be a solopreneur and you might be working by yourself, which is really awesome. And we are so excited to be here to inspire you and help you really create, this brand that can soar on social media. But if you have some team members that are working with you, we have created a space where you are able to work with those team members, chat with them, approve posts, really collaborate in a space together where you can manage your social media so that we can, really help you excel and market yourself on social media. So we're going to be talking about how to add and manage your team members. So whether that's adding team members to your workspace, managing the type of capabilities that they have, whether that's, admin, if they're an editor, if they can view only the workspace. And then we're also going to walk through how to utilize team chat and approval flows to easily work with your team. We just want to welcome you to Learn to Plan. I'm Ashley Kendrick. I am the Customer Education Manager here at Plan. And if you've, spoken with me over email, or if you've come to some of these webinars before, you'll know, I'm incredibly passionate about helping brands build successful businesses online and on social media, and especially, small businesses. That's something that I really have a passion for. So by being more organized and structured and intentional with Plan Plus, you'll really be able to nail your social media marketing strategy. I've been here for a little over 2 years and know firsthand how hard it can be to keep up with the constantly changing world of social media. There's always updates, there's always things happening, but that's why we're here for you at Plan. We have done it for you, and we want to be here to inspire you and help you really create a successful brand online. So let's dive right in. So if you're working in real time alongside me, what you're going to need is your Plan desktop and Plan app ready to go. Today, we're going to be focusing on Plan desktop. So if you haven't already, you can sign up for free at this link. It's the planthat.com/register. And you're going to want to have a connected Instagram account, and specifically an Instagram business account if you're wanting to set up auto posting. So the first thing we're going to cover, like I said, is how to add team members and manage their capabilities inside your Plan workspace. So, if you are someone that has a team, you're working with a team on your brand, or maybe you even might not relate to having a whole team, but maybe let's say you have someone who manages your social media, or someone who's really good at creating content, or someone who, edits your photos and makes your presence online really stellar and look great so that you can really market yourself on social media. This is what this space is for. So we're going to walk through how to invite team members to your workspace, how to assign roles to each member. So whether that's, they have an admin role, an editor, or a view only role, and also how to easily share all of your work in one place. So this is really awesome. We know that a lot of you might be out there, might be solopreneurs, and that's great. That's why we're here for you. We want to inspire you. But also if you have a team, or maybe you just have 1 or 2 people that work with you that are really helping you, build that brand that can excel on social media, this is a space for you to be able to work together. And then the second thing we're going to talk about is walking through how to utilize team chat and approval flows inside your Plan workspace. So I'm sure you all know this is a relatively new feature that we have released, and we wanted you to be able to work with your team. Whatever it is that you have been wanting to do with your team, you can do that now inside your Plan workspace. So whether, that's asking your team for help with writing captions or hashtags, or, maybe the branding of the posts that you're working on. And maybe you want to just quickly approve a post that someone's put together for you. You can do that here. You can also mark comments as unread if you want to come back to them later. I always find myself, I'll read something and I'm like, oh man, I really should have waited till later to look at that. I want to come back to that. You can mark it as unread so that it still pops up and you can come back to it later. You can also view comments from your Plan calendar. So that's really awesome because, if you're a visual planner like me and like a lot of us, you want to be able to see it all together in your Plan calendar all in one space, right? So you can view those comments from your calendar so that you can, maybe you're not planning from that Create page from looking at your grid and you're wanting to plan specifically from your calendar. It's an easy way that you can do it there too. You can also look back over the chat history in your published posts. So, let's say you published something maybe a week ago or a couple months ago that you're wanting to look back at in the future, right? Or maybe you've published something now you want to look at in a couple months because you want to remember, why you made comments on a certain post, whether that's about branding, whether that's about hashtags, whatever it is. You can do that and look back at that history. This is what you're going to see when you log into your Plan workspace, right? We're on this initial create page. So like I said, if you're following along, we're going to be focusing on Plan Desktop today. So that's what you'll see when you log into your Plan workspace here. And the first thing we're going to talk about is how to add team members and how to edit, their permissions that they have for your workspace. So what you're going to do is click on this little profile icon in the top right corner. You're going to go to settings. So once you're in settings, you're going to click your team. So here you'll see all of the members who you have invited to your Plan workspace. You'll see we have a lot of members here, a lot of people that are collaborating on this account. But we're going to scroll down to the bottom to where you see invite more team members. This is how you can invite team members to come be a part of your Plan workspace, whether that's, you need somebody to help you with captions. Maybe you've hired a social media manager and you're wanting them to take over and be able to do, all the things that you've been doing to market your brand. This is where you'll do that. So first, you're going to type in their name. So you would type their name here. You're going to enter their email, and then you're going to choose their brand access. So let's say, you have a couple of different brands that you have connected to your Plan workspace, whether that's your personal brand, different businesses that you have going. Maybe you're managing multiple social media accounts. You'll see those here. So let's say I'm wanting them to have access to this Olive and Auburn account, right? I can also choose a role that this person would have. So as you'll see here, you can choose from a few different options. They can be an admin on the account. And that admin role is somebody that can add and remove team members, just like you are right now. They can add social accounts. They can have full permissions to create, edit, schedule and post to social media. An editor has all of those same permissions, except they just can't add and remove team members or, those social accounts. So those are kind of the different two tiers that you would want to use if you have a social media manager or, some team members that are working with you to help you market your brand online. And then there's this view only role. So like it sounds like, this person can view your account content. They can't create, edit, schedule, or post media on this account. So maybe, you have things that you're wanting to be looked at by the brand you're representing. Maybe you're a social media manager and you want them to come look at it, but you don't really want them to be editing things or messing around with things. That's fine. Maybe you assign them a view only role so that they can come back and look at it later. It's really up to you what you decide works best for your team and what works best for your process of working together. So I'm going to choose a role for this person, and then I'm going to click invite member. Once you click that, it'll send an email to the email that you've put in there. And if they already have the Plan workspace, that's great. They can simply just log into their Plan workspace with that email that, that you've applied for them, and it will show up there for them as well. But if they don't have a Plan workspace yet, they're new to Plan, maybe you have brought them over and you're wanting them to be a part of your Plan workspace, it'll send them an email with a link that they can click so that they can get signed up and be able to view your workspace as well. So that's a little bit about that. I'll show you where they will find the ability to be able to look at your workspace if they already have a Plan account. So let's say, I've invited my friend, I've invited my colleague, maybe I invited my social media manager, and I want them to be able to view my account, and they already have a Plan workspace. All they'll need to do is log in. They'll go to this little profile icon, and you'll see that it's listed as Christy's workspace right now, right? So this is a workspace that I share with Christy. But I can also go to my personal workspace, which is, the account that I had for myself, my own brand, my personal stuff. So that's where you'll be able to toggle between the different workspaces that you might be invited to is up here. So once you're, in the right workspace, you can go in and get straight to planning. So that's a little bit about how you would add and remove team members. So we're going to go and talk about how to actually use Plann'rs team chat and approval flow for your brand. So let's say I am scheduling some posts. I actually have 3 that I think are ready for this week, right? So my team and I have 3 posts that we're ready to be working on. Maybe I've been working on them by myself or a team member has been working on them. That's great. This is a place that you can, kind of come and chat, maybe approve posts, talk about hashtags, branding, whatever it is that you need help with on these posts. So let's go ahead and click one and we will walk through kind of what you can do with our team chat and approval flows. So let's say I have this first post, right? I have a caption that I found in our social starters. So let's say, I scrolled through a social starter and I found a caption that I would like, which is actually what I've done for this post. And, you'll see that it has a couple of places where I might want to, insert my own information here. So like right here, there's the inspiration and idea for this caption to be talking about a quote that I've been loving, right? So I've been loving this quote and I might insert the quote source. So maybe, I found this social starter and I'm wanting my team to, fill it in with something that they really like. So maybe I would say, hey, Juan, let's take a look at finalizing this caption. And I would send it off. So now a member of my team will get that notification and they'll see that there's a comment on this post and they'll be able to respond to me and, really help out with this post and that little part that I might have needed, right? So let's say I'm going to a different post that maybe, I need some more help with. So I clicked on the second post that I'm working on for this week. And let's say, I'm looking at this post, I'm looking at this video, but it's not in the right aspect ratio for Instagram, right? So I want it to be a different aspect ratio. I want it to be that 4:5 aspect ratio so that it will be able to auto post to Instagram. So maybe I would come in here and I'd say, hey team, can someone please replace this video with the proper ratio? I would go ahead and make that comment to them, and then they can come back whenever the team's online, whenever they're working on these things, and go ahead and do that for you. So I'm going to save this as a draft. And look, so if we are, working on these posts in real time, I actually have a team member that's going to be helping me out so that we can kind of show you what it looks like. So you'll see on this first post we were working on, right, the girl walking in the water, there's a little red dot on the bottom right corner. So you'll see it right there. If I click on that, you'll see that there is a new comment that has been left for me here. You'll see the red dot. That means I haven't read it and that there's a new comment here for me. So I'm going to click on that. And look, she said, we'll check it out. Thanks, Ashley. So you'll see this is a really awesome way that updates in real time of us, being able to chat and collaborate on these posts. So she's going to check it out. She'll fill it in for me. That's great. I'm going to save this as a draft and I'll come back to it later. You'll see on that second post that we were working on, the video, I have the same thing. I have another comment that's available for me to check out. So I'm going to click on that, go to my comments, and yep, she said, will do. So let's say, I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, I want to read that chat later on. I don't want to have it, open right now. I want it to still notify me later. So I can simply come to the chat box and let's say that I'm wanting to mark the thread as unread. I can do that here. I'll just click these three dots, mark as unread. And then you'll see that that red dot comes back up. So then I can save this, go to another post. You'll see the red dot is still there to alert me that someone, has commented back to me on that post. And then again, we can go to another post and, let's say that this post is ready to go. We have the photo cropped perfectly for Instagram. We have the most amazing caption inserted there and we have our hashtags ready to go. We have it scheduled. Everything is ready, right? So let's say I'm wanting my team to go ahead and approve this post for me. So maybe I'll say, hey team, are we ready to post this to Instagram? I might ask them, are we ready to post this? Can someone please approve this post? And then I'll go back and I will, be looking at all my other posts, doing whatever I need to do, and they'll be able to get back to me on that. But I'm going to go back to this first post and maybe I want to go through and approve this post, right? So there's a couple of different buttons that you'll see here. There's approve this post. So if I'm going to approve it and tell my team, hey guys, this is ready to go, ready to be scheduled, or ready to be sent out even, I can go ahead and click this button and it'll say, Ashley Kendrick has approved this post. And it'll tell the whole team that. Maybe you accidentally click that button and you're like, oh no, I didn't mean to approve it. We need to make some changes. Maybe we need to change the schedule, the caption, the hashtags, whatever it is. I can simply just click that button again and unapprove the post and it will, not show up as approved anymore. No one will get confused. It'll be good to go for y'all to keep chatting and kind of working on this. Let's also say that I'm wanting to delete this thread. Maybe, I don't want to have this chat there for when I'm showing it to the people that this, brand account is for. Maybe I'm their social media manager. I want them to come in and look at it later, but I don't want them to see all the inner workings of what we've been talking about, right? So maybe we're done with this post. We want to show it to them. We don't want to show them all the chat that we have because that's just kind of an internal team dialogue, right? So I can delete this thread as well. So let's say I want to delete the thread. It'll ask, are you sure you want to delete this? This action is irreversible, but we've made all the edits we need to make. We don't want to show this to, the client or whoever's Instagram we're managing. So we're going to go ahead and delete that. And you'll see it looks like nothing was ever there. We don't have any chat going, and you're ready to show that to whoever you need to. So I'm also going to kind of show you what it looks like when another person of your team has approved the post. So we saw what it looks like when I go in and approve a post. But, let's say that I'm going back and I'm like, oh, I wonder if, my teammate ever approved this post if we're ready to have it sent out to Instagram. So you'll see on this one, I asked, if the team was ready to send it out. You'll see the little red dot, and then it has a check mark. So that means that the post has been approved. I can click on it and also see who in the team has approved the post. So something that is good to note here is that anyone in the team has access to approve or unapproved posts, that you have created in this account. So whether that's, the person that's creating the post, the person that's on your team, or maybe even someone else that you have working with you, right? We wanted to be able to allow anyone that has access to the workspace to be able to approve or unapprove the post, so that no matter who's working on, what types of content, whether that's the videos, maybe you have certain people working on images, certain people working on captions, whatever it is, we wanted them all to be able to collaborate equally and work together as a team. So you'll see she's approved it. It's ready to go. I have it scheduled. Maybe I'll go ahead and set it to auto post to Instagram, and I'm going to schedule that post. So it's really as easy as that. We wanted to make it a really simple space, but also be able to have all the things that you might need to, collaborate with each other on these posts. Like we said, whether you're trying to get the branding right on the post, whether you want help with the caption or the hashtags, or maybe you just need someone to take another look at the post and make sure it's ready to go. Maybe you need someone to edit the images. You can really collaborate together and work with your team in a really seamless way here. So let's say I'm wanting to also view this from that calendar view, right? I'm a visual person. I want to see everything from the calendar. So I have that one post scheduled. So we're going to be looking for that one post to look at those, that chat thread there. So I'm going to go to my calendar. So I'm going to scroll through and kind of see, oh, look, you'll see there's a little chat bubble here. There's the post approved button. And you can easily go and find that post and go look at the chats there as well. So you'll see if I just click on it, I see the chat button. I can click on the chat, go to post approved, and it will take me to the discussion we have been going back and forth with, right? So it'll show me that it's been approved. It shows me the chat and everything I need to see for that post. So that was a very brief little run through of how to use team chat and approval flows, and also how to, invite team members, edit their access, and kind of make your plan workspace easier to work together and really make it a seamless workflow for you. We are so glad you joined us today. We're so excited to be able to walk through these Learn to Plan webinars with you and really walk you through these amazing features that we've been putting out just for you, and so that you can really work better with your team, so that you feel inspired, and so that you are really ready to market your brand online. So make sure you mark your calendars. We have another webinar coming up next week. So it will be Thursday, July 28th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. And that is all about Reels. So we all know that the world of social media is moving towards that short form video content. And this webinar will really be able to walk you through how to grow your business using Instagram Reels. So make sure you check your inbox, sign up for that webinar, because you're not going to want to miss it. And then also, if you love Plan as much as we do, please rate the Plan app 5 stars. It really does make a difference to our business. So we had to ask, and we really appreciate all of your support. And we can't wait to see you at the next webinar. Happy planning.